So the photo shoot that we did with Mert and Marcus was so extraordinary, and I was so happy with it that I just wanted the fans to have as many images from this sort of world, this album era, as possible. And so I really spent a lot of time figuring out how I could make the best. A lot of concentration, a lot of organization, but hopefully it pays off.
She said the photo shoot with Mert and Marcus had been so extraordinary that it inspired her to give fans as many images as possible from that album era, which led her to spend long hours perfecting the vinyl and CD packages so that they offered a unique experience, explaining that the CDs came with photo cards while the vinyls included individual poems, extra photographs, and a glossy finish she had never used before but thought looked stunning, the goal being to create something luxurious in the same spirit as a showgirl's stage glamour, and she admitted with a laugh that perhaps that thought was only hers. But in the end she was proud because the vinyl packaging, CD sets, photos, and cards had required great concentration and organization to complete. Then the focus turned to Taylor Swift herself, a name linked instantly with packed stadiums, #1 songs, and a life under constant scrutiny. Yet she appeared in a more relaxed form, seated on a director's chair with her blonde hair tied neatly, lips painted red, and wearing a red sweater with a short black skirt, her appearance modest yet confident, showing a side that was luminous and approachable. No longer the glittering figure on stage, but instead someone prepared to talk about her relationship with Travis Kelce. For years, speculation had surrounded her love life, endlessly examined in her lyrics and debated on shows. But when asked about the proposal, she described it as one of the most beautiful moments of her life, her sincerity showing through her words and her happiness shining in her eyes, admitting that though she had written many songs about waiting and heartbreak, those emotions lost meaning the instant Travis went down on one knee. Those who knew them revealed the proposal had been simple but deeply romantic, with no cameras or flashy gestures, just the two of them under the soft glow of evening, and the ring, custom made by him, carried both a diamond that sparkled like her eyes and engraved details only they understood, like a lyric and his jersey number, making the moment feel like the start of a new story rather than the end of one. After the engagement, her life did not slow down. She continued to write, tour, and perform, but with a sense of greater purpose, explaining that each show now mattered not only for her audience, but also for the man she loved. She described a lifestyle not built on constant glamour, but filled with small joys, cooking meals with him, laughing at mistakes, walking together in public as much as they could, and becoming a regular presence at Kansas City Chiefs games where her enthusiastic cheering quickly won over fans. She admitted that being part of such a talked-about couple was both thrilling and challenging, but she emphasized how magical it felt to find someone who could understand both her chaos and her calm. And while the world saw polished photographs and viral clips, the truth was that she and Travis were like any other couple, figuring things out step by step, their bond built on humor and mutual respect. Travis, admired for his charisma on the field, had found in her a partner who matched his ambition, while she, seasoned by fame's storms, had found in him a steady presence, reminding her that love meant showing up every day despite the noise. Friends said she seemed happier and more at ease than ever, enjoying simple moments like singing along to his playlists, learning about football, and improving her chili recipe for tailgates. While those close to Travis noted he had become more centered, appreciating the quieter side of life and loving the fact that she could shine in a stadium of thousands just as easily as relax on a couch debating pizza toppings. Their relationship, playful yet strong, was full of friendly competitions, whether over board games or cooking breakfast, and it redefined what it meant to be a power couple, not through spectacle but through substance, with each supporting the other's successes, like her wearing his jersey proudly and him surprising the crowd by attending the first night of her tour. They avoided over-the-top displays on social media, choosing instead subtle gestures and inside jokes, and the authenticity of their connection reached young fans who began to see them as proof that ambition and affection could exist side by side. As rumors of wedding plans grew, questions spread about whether the day would be intimate or extravagant, but she kept details private, smiling as she said they were simply enjoying the moment, and observers noted that if her history of attention to detail combined with his spontaneous spirit was any clue, the event would be unforgettable, yet centered more on loved ones than spectacle. The fascination with their relationship continued because it represented more than just music and sports colliding or a dream proposal. It symbolized the belief that love could last even beneath the harshest spotlight, showing that beyond headlines were two people sharing the same joys and challenges as everyone else. Their story reminded people that love could be both a safe haven and an adventure, about finding someone who saw your flaws but still thought you were the best thing that ever happened to them. With her record-breaking career still advancing and his dominance on the field continuing, their journey was only beginning, with whispers of new songs inspired by this chapter and speculation about his possible cameo in one of her videos, though both remained uninterested in gossip, choosing instead to live and love through everyday moments, big and small. For her, love had always been the muse, but this time the melody was different, not one of longing or heartbreak, but one of finding a home in another person, a tune that was being written day by day. And for fans who had been with her from country roots to pop superstardom, it was a chapter promising more surprises, more moments, and renewed belief in real love. So as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce stepped into their shared future, the world continued to watch, not only because of fame but because their union proved again that love, in all its messy beauty, might be the greatest story worth
So the
telling.
photo shoot that we did with Mert and Marcus was so extraordinary, and I was so happy with it that I just wanted the fans to have as many images from this sort of world, this album era, as possible. And so I really spent a lot of time figuring out how I could make the best vinyl product and the best packaging and the best CD experience that they could have. And so we've got the CDs all have photo cards in them. The vinyls, they each have a poem inside of them, a unique poem. They've got like more images than we ever planned to put in there. We chose this really high gloss finish, which I've never done before, and I think it looks so cool. I think, we wanted this album to feel like really luxurious, and kind of as a nod to the luxury that a showgirl puts on when she's on stage. Meanwhile, like in the quick change room, she's like, maybe that's just me, I don't know. Yeah, the vinyl packaging, the CD packaging, the photographs, the photo cards, it's all just something I'm very proud of. And it took a lot of time to put together, a lot of concentration, a lot of organization, but hopefully it pays off. I hope the fans are happy.